All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the After Zero podcast, episode 5. Leading right where we left off, except today we got a new guest with us, our buddy Sean, also known as Gregginitup online. What's going on, Sean?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. And we also got returning, of course, Kalzu and Drunken Korean. What's going on, guys?
We're chilling.
Looking at different stuff in
Yo,
video games.
What's up with Brandon's face?
Hey, he's dead today. What's going on? He's sleeping over there. We ended last episode. He seemed super hyped to talk about.
I would say, yeah, where we pick up where we left off, Brandon. Your finances, I think you were saying in games, right? So that's what you want to talk about?
In-game finances. Let's hear about it.
How's Valorant treating you there, huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
No, that's the whole point. Is we're talking about it. That's like the whole reason we're here.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
So how many different skin sets do you have?
Actually, I'm on Valorant right now, so I can tell you.
This dude is
Let's
literally
hear this.
And do you always buy the skin sets, or have you bought like one piece from some sets and shit like that?
I've bought bundles, multiple bundles, and some skin sets that I could not, or skins that I could not buy.
Now, I've bought a couple of bundles too, but not anywhere near as many as I think you have.
Oh, we'll talk to you about League.
Hold on. Let's just cover this real quick. I mean, covering like bundles in Valorant. So for anyone who doesn't play Valorant, or for anyone who's not really too big of a gamer, in Valorant FPS game, competitive shooter, 5v5, whatever, right? They have gun skins in there. The thing about Valorant is that makes it a little unique is the gun skins are pretty expensive. I think a bundle goes for $70 or $80, and that gun skin includes like 4 or 5 skins, Brandon, like a knife, an AR skin, SMGs, pistols, like that.
Yeah, it's for like all the main guns, right?
So the bundles consist of 4 gun skins.
Oh, it's less. Okay.
Isn't it? I thought it was 4 or 5.
No, it's 4 and 1 knife. He said so.
I mean, if it's 4 and 5,
it's always.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember. Yeah.
Okay, so it comes with 4 guns and 1 knife, and what's the price of that? It's like $70, $80.
Usually,
75?
it is $70.
Now let's.
Normally cosmetics in games.
Now
you're looking at spending 10 to 20.
Yeah. So let's see. Sorry, go ahead, Sean.
Now don't forget total cost, right? Has to include fully upgrading the skins.
Oh shit! I forgot about the Radiant system.
Don't use the Radiant Knight, you don't get the max upgrade.
So for an example, when you get like Glitch Pop, because that's the one that I bought myself, like the AR. When you buy Glitch Pop, it comes as just the default skin. There's no cool shit. It's like paint. And then you have to upgrade with Radiant Knight, which you get Radiant Knight from the Battle Pass, or you can buy Radiant Knight.
Or buying it.
Yeah, it's not part of the bundle at all.
It's not a part of the bundle
It's a separate currency entirely.
So
they double dip on you.
With that, there are other exclusive skins, like let's say Champion Bundle, which is a $60 knife and like a
gun
$20, $30
and 1 AR.
gun.
Yeah, it's.
So I have the Champions Bundle, the Vandal one with the Karambit. That was 100. I also bought the Zed one back when Zed was collabing with Valorant. That was another $120 because it was an exclusive.
The Radiant Knight, you're saying?
No, that's not including the Radiant Knight. We got the RTX.
It just gets worse. Like every time someone talks about it, it just gets worse. Like
so that 120 bundle, like how much are you spending on Radiant Knight then on top of that?
Oh, dude, just to upgrade
40 Radiant Knight is usually how much it costs for just the animations.
And that's just the gun too.
Which is what you want, basically.
Right, but then there's also variants, which are colors, which you get the original color, and then you can get like a red and black. You can get
that's not default.
So not only do they double dip, they triple dip, because in order to get the different color of the skin, you have to buy it with Radiant Knight, and then you have to buy the animations, which could be the death.
And don't forget, the knife always has 1 upgrade of Radiant Knight too.
Yep, a 1 upgrade.
Oh, is it for like the animation with spinning?
To get the animation or something.
Oh my god, dude!
The fidget spinners.
But what's crazy about that though is that like Valorant has one of the most egregious pricing models of any free game that I can think of. Now, none of it's pay to win, so it's no competitive advantage. In a way, like no, I mean for the most part, like there's like the iron sights are different. It covers it covers less of the screen, so you can see more. It has like different sights, shit like that. Like so, I could see that, but
That one I don't understand. Like, why are you changing the iron sights? You know that's impacting the gameplay. I don't understand the decision there.
The majority of the time you're well, from what I've understood, is you're not using the iron sights all that much. You're not really ADSing in Valorant all that often, so
it's like a minuscule thing that it doesn't really matter too much.
But still, like, it's still changing the gameplay. That's where it's like,
Yeah.
It's like
I do. Oh, go ahead, Braden.
I think.
Since you're the highest rank here.
The more screen, the more you can see, the better it is. So let's say, for example, glitch pop. Glitch pop looks like a very heavy gun, right? Compared to, let's say, you use
like the fish tank one covers like none of the screens.
That's a like neo cyberpunk looking.
Yeah, neo cyberpunk. It's the one that I use, the red one that I use.
It looks like digital fluorescent signs.
That fish tank one though, that's the one I love picking up.
The fish tank one covers. It covers like none of the screen though, so that's where like the competitive advantage. It's not that big of a deal. I feel like will you lose a fight once every 1,000 games or 1,000 fights? Maybe, but I feel like if you lose for that, it's so minuscule and so like unavoidable. It doesn't even matter. Like there's another reason you lost the fight is what I'm getting at. So there's not a real competitive advantage. So I don't care about that too much in the game. But I always think back and I always give this example when we talk about this is like. Think of being a kid and you're like, oh my God, I want to get this skin, I want to get this game, right? We're asking our parents for like $20 games. Maybe you ask them for a $60 AAA title, shit like that, right? But I'm just talking about, it's a free game, but I want to get this skin inside of it. And they charge you $70. Like that's a super steep ask for like a kid. And I get that not everyone's a kid who plays it, but I just think about that. The accessibility of it is terrible.
Yeah,
I mean, what does the perfect consumer feel about this, Jonathan?
So if you compare it to games like CSGO, right, where you're rolling on crates or you're buying from an auction house online, essentially, right, to get the skins that you want, because I believe the CSGO's model is worse because their cosmetics are more expensive. You have wear and tear on weapons, which I think is the stupidest thing. So the rarity, you could get the skin you want, but it could just be damaged.
Actually, I didn't know that about CSGO.
Yeah, so the skins that you get are damaged or near perfect or near mint. And obviously, the more perfect the skin is, the better it is. Or you can get it with like a kill count tracker or something like that, right? And, you see CSGO knives go for what, Brandon? 3-4 grand? 10 grand at max.
Well, they have an actual like player market for
right.
But that's where it's different though. Is I feel like it has a player economy.
Right. I mean, you could get a skin and then sell it and make money that way. So that's an upside for you if you were to open that, but you have to spend money to open the crates. Right. So for me, I'd rather just buy the set of skins in Valorant, have it in the condition that I want, and I can buy it when I want when it's out. Right. And then I have the skins that I'm looking for, and I don't have to RNG it to try to get it or buy it for an more expensive price on a marketplace.
So you're saying in CS:GO in their store, you can't go in and buy a specific thing you want. You're buying a crate to then
if you want to play it by
for that item, okay.
Right. If you want to play it by their system, yeah.
Well, unless you buy it from someone on the store.
Unless you buy it from someone else.
So I have a question real quick here. Do you think that the Valorant system is genuinely better than the CS:GO system? Because the way
I do.
Okay, because the way I see it, it's like I think they're both dog shit systems. I don't even want to compare them because they're so different. I do like certain things from the CS:GO system in terms of like adding rarity is really cool for cosmetics. Only because when you see the high rarity and shit like that, it's really exclusive. It's super cool to see, and it is behind a paywall. But I guess I don't mind it because, in my experience in CS:GO, there's like no competitive advantage on skins. Am I wrong on that, Brandon or Sean?
No, there's
like it's like still the base model. You know what I mean?
It's just a skin. Yeah, it doesn't change the shape of the gun or anything like that.
And for the most part, majority of the skins that go for that high are knives. Like the karambits are like the fucking thing in CS:GO. So it's almost like the exclusivity. It's super cool to see someone with one of those knives, and I think that having a player economy is super cool as well. But I don't like in Valorant where it's behind a paywall to like just putting everything behind a paywall. Like first it's the gun, then it's the animation, then it's the other colors.
So I think that Riot's paywall with the animations and shit, I think that's egregious, right?
That's the part I agree on.
That
it's like,
aspect
the skins I get it, but now you have to pay for the upgrades too. Like,
right,
dude,
that
what the
Riot's model for upgrading the guns and the animations and stuff is egregious, right? If I pay $120 to get a skin set, it should just be everything, right?
Yeah.
Like having to pay another $100 or more just to upgrade the skins I already purchased to get the animations is stupid. I agree with that. But they do put.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
They do put more work into their skins than CSGO.
See,
in my opinion.
I will say that's what I love about
I was gonna bring
Valorant.
That up too, yeah.
It's like I actually feel like the $20 or whatever for a skin is like super worth it. Like I've bought a couple skins on my night market, which I bought like the Ion Sheriff. Which I love, and I even like I had the battle pass, so I had Radiant Knight from the battle pass, and then with like Glitch Pop, I bought Glitch Pop because I wanted a Vandal skin. I like it, and then I always told myself I would buy one other skin in Valorant, which is the Radiant Crisis. Isn't that what it's called, Brandon?
Yeah.
Radiant Crisis Phantom, and like I love the animations for those, and that's it. And I actually see value in those because I enjoy watching the animations and the sounds of the guns. Whereas like in a lot of other games, you pay like this is where I'll give them their credit. You pay $20 for a skin. It's just a recolor. Like I think of Apex immediately, and they have the fucking worst monetization system with the worst art. Especially when you're like, I could pay $20 in Apex and get this, or $20 in Valorant and get tenfold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm there. It's definitely more value, but I just hate the idea of the bundles. And I think what rubs me wrong about the bundles is the $35 knife or like $30 knife. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point of the bundle, right, is that they're giving you value behind buying everything in the bundle in one bulk rather than buying each individual item because it would cost you more.
Well,
so like today, I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see the most recent bundle that came out for Valorant?
I did.
I deleted Valorant on my computer. So
no, not the Chrono. The like blacksmith one that's got the hammer, the fire hammer.
Let me see.
If you haven't seen it,
Sean almost swiped his card, bro. That's what happened.
Dude,
what's it called?
I saw it. It's I forget the name of it.
Oh,
but
this looks sick.
if you look at it, it's like think like dwarven fire hammer as the knife.
Yeah, like
no, it looks like Elder
lava.
Flame.
Does
yeah,
it
like
Elder
Flame.
Does it look like Orin made it? Like
yes,
it
does look like Orin made it.
Okay,
that's honestly what I love about Riot is like they literally changed they answered the question, what more can you customize in an FPS?
Mm-hmm.
And Riot was like, here's what you can do.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that part of it. Like the executions at the end of the round, the reload animations, the
bullet
like
animations.
Jared said, the bullet animations, the gun sounds. Because I mean, those things actually do like affect like how good I feel in the game. Like I said, I love picking up that fish tank gun and the way it sounds just shooting it. Even though it's a silly, though it's a silly sound, I love the sound of it and just shooting the gun.
You remember the Nerf dart one that they did?
I fucking love the Nerf. You unwrap it,
package, yes.
And then when it hits the wall, it has the Nerf darts. I actually love that skin too. So like, that's what I said. Like Riot definitely pops off on the skin department, and the art team like goes crazy. They always, I feel like, are unique. Like every time I see a gun in Valorant, I feel like it's a unique idea that I haven't seen somewhere else. Like the fucking fish tank gun, when I first picked it up, I'm like, what is this white piece of shit? It's just a white slate. And then I picked it up when it was upgraded. I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. Like, because the fish tank's moving, and like, I'm like, okay, like it's a unique idea.
I remember the first time they came out with the dragon set, and you saw the animations like the dragon looking back at you, grabbing the ammo and all that stuff. And I was just like, holy shit!
My favorite
that's
thing
actually amazing
about that set is when you hold the op and you pull the trigger. It looks like you're pulling his dick.
Well, I was gonna say with the op, the mouth
that's
opening.
Why the shot does so much damage.
I was gonna say with the op, the mouth opening when you take your
that's
shots,
actually what I was gonna say, but I was just fucking trolling with them. But like when you look at like when it's on, you're holding it like this. You're like, what's the trigger here? Like
what am I yanking on?
And I think of like our oldest brother had a lamp where it's like he's like standing like this. And
the dick lamp.
And that's all I can think of anytime anyone uses that skin. So that skin's ruined for me. But the animations are amazing. Like truly, like that opening and then it shoots out. It's incredible. And then like just the way the dragon moves on the reload, like, and it's all similarly priced. I will say that some of the bundles don't feel as much. I feel like they don't have as much value, like Xeno Hunter or whatever with the red dot
it's
sight.
like Respawn.
That skin is ass. I don't care what anyone says. Don't
Dude,
at
do you
me.
hear me? It's like Respawn made those. That's why.
100%. Because I'm like, when I compare that to like my favorite, like Radiant Crisis, or like I compare it to what we just talked about, the Elder Flame, or the like Zed skins and shit like that, I'm like, these are way cooler. Like but I think like I said, overall their monetization strategy it's a little too greedy for me, but I think they do provide a lot of value, way more value than other companies will, but
not to $70 to $100.
But not to $70 to $100. Not for me. I don't see it, and like I said, I always think of accessibility to like kids and just general accessibility. That's more than a AAA title. So I can buy an Elder Flame skin set, or I can buy Assassin's Creed. That's kind of wild when I put it into that perspective.
2 games. You could buy 2 different Assassin's Creeds. All right, $120 goes a long way. Well, maybe not with PlayStation, but
what's also worrying about it is like, since it's such a huge game and such a popular game that so many people are playing and like, putting money into, it's almost like it's setting a new standard that other developers are gonna see as acceptable, and push them to charge that amount for their cosmetics as well. Which honestly, there's a lot of games, including, like I said, in Valorant, that shouldn't be charging this price for a cosmetic like that. Yeah, because 100%. It's not all that.
Yeah, and it's just
as great as you made it, it's not all that.
So let me ask you this though. I mean, as monetization changes in games, how do you feel about every game being free to play and just monetizing it that way? Or like, not every game, but you get what I mean for the most part. Every multiplayer game.
I mean, for me personally, I think it's a good idea, because I feel like everything that's coming apart gaming now is about personalizing the experience for you, and I think that's a perfect model for doing just that. So and also, I mean, at the end of the day, people spending money, that's up to them as well.
I think it's
their choice.
I think it's like a double-edged sword, right? Because obviously you get the game for free, right? So you can play with your friends. You're not locked out. Kids aren't sitting there like, Mom, can we go to GameStop and buy this game so I can play with my friends, right? Or having to wait till their birthday or Christmas or whatever, right? So it gives you immediate access, but then it has that feel bad moment, right? Because if you're that kid that has to play the game for free, and you see all of your friends with all these crazy skins and stuff like that growing up, you're gonna be like, well, shit, this sucks, right? But you still get to play the game. You don't have to spend anything on it, sure, but you want to, and it's charged an arm and a leg. So I feel like that's the double-edged part of that, right? Is like, instead of like Halo back in the day where you bought Halo 3, you got to unlock the cosmetics, right? By doing achievements or participating in multiplayer matches, whatever the case may be, you got to unlock them, and you got that as the full package for $60. That was nice, but you get more and better cosmetics with free-to-play models, because that's the incentive, is for you to spend money there. So I don't know. It's like a double-edged sword, right? Like, there's upsides to it, but then it's milking your wallet.
Oh yeah, there's definitely pros and cons. It's not like all pros or anything like that.
I mean, my thing with it is like I said, accessibility, like we talked about, it is that feel bad. But there's also the other side of like, you get to play the game for free, right? Like at the end of the day, you get to play the game for free, and the fun part of the game is the game itself. It's always cool to look nice though. Like, I could buy $10 shitty shoes at Ross, or I could buy $60, $100, or $100 Nikes, right? You know what I mean? I think every kid has that. And on top of that, there's something you said, Quiggers, of like, you said like, you get to spend how you get to choose how you spend your money. But I feel like that's a bad argument, because if my only options are $40 or $70, I'm still getting fucked either way.
No. What I was saying is the person's choosing to spend their money, like to get that cosmetic.
I get what you're saying.
Which I mean, I'm not.
It's like how I choose to get fucking default gas instead of premium. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really fucking choosing. I just don't want to pay $7 for premium.
Right.
But I think Valorant actually has a cool approach to it with like we've talked about. You can pick up other people's guns that they've spent money on, or even there's that little mini game and the conversations you can have with teammates and stuff, which I think build really cool interactions in the game itself and also make the game more enjoyable.
I mean, I don't think they thought that when they priced the skin, though.
Oh, they definitely did not take that into account. They didn't care about that at all.
Yeah, they were like,
look, everyone knows they pulled up CSGO. They were like, this is our gameplay.
Dude.
Everyone loves Overwatch. Put those abilities in. Now let's look at the shop. Oh,
But
dude, you see how much CSGO is paying? No, we're taking $70. Give me that.
But imagine how fucking funny it would be. You're playing Valorant, they have the Elder Flame skin. You're like, holy shit, I want that Dragon op, right? You pick up the op and it's default because you have the default.
Dude,
Oh
I
my
actually had that
God.
happen in a game, and someone was like, "Who cheap ass didn't upgrade?"
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. Like people in Valorant will fucking flame you for not using your Radiantite for innovations.
That's Victor. That's Victor.
Yeah,
With
Victor.
Sean, remember?
Yeah, he was
He was
sitting
doing it
there.
to Sean.
Dude, we were just in a Discord call, and he was sitting there bitching at me because I didn't upgrade the skins. I was like, bro, I didn't want to. I like the base set.
As he's using your account to have access to more skins, he's like, "Damn, what are you broke, bro?" Like,
Right? He's like, "Wait, wow, I can't believe you didn't upgrade your skins." I'm like, "Why would I? Why?
It's so funny.
I mean, have you had those interactions too in game, Brandon? Like in Valorant when you're playing and grinding?
Oh yeah, 100%. As soon as you pick up a fucking good, cool skid and it just sounds like absolute dog shit because it's default, you just sit there and you're like, I'll buy my own skin.
You just drop it.
Bro goes
It's
back to
gone.
default Vandal regardless.
You take the econ hit just to get the gun.
Yeah, just to get the satisfaction of
It's-
pew 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 pew.
It's
rather
the
than-
principle. It's the principle, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm curious to your guys' thoughts on this because, I mean, this isn't even a Rocket League conversation, but in Rocket League, there's a mod called Bacchus mod that a lot of people use, and it actually gives you access to every skin client side. So nobody in Rocket League sees what skins you're running. But for your particular client on your end only, you can have different colored skins. You have access to every item. I actually love that system because people still buy a fuck ton of items in Rocket League because they want to show off. Like, but for me, I don't care about showing off. I just want to look cool on my screen. I don't give a fuck what everyone else sees.
Yeah, I mean it's just like modding any other game, right? It's like
Yeah.
I've always supported that stuff because like having that like giving people that freedom also essentially like gives developers ideas as far as like cosmetic and things like that go, where it's even like some mods become a true cosmetic in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I mean, the thing with Bacchus mod, though, I will say is that it's all the skins that are already in game. So if there's like a decal that you want, you can throw it on. But what's cool about it is it's a little more customizable, so it does have some colors that Rocket League doesn't allow. For an example, like in Rocket League, you're red team, blue team. With Bacchus mod, you can actually make your car black and white if you want it, or you can make it literally any color of the rainbow. So that's what I like about it is I feel like it lets you be more creative with items and stuff. One of the mini games I like to play is put on all the ugliest items for everyone else to see, and then make my car look really cool on my end.
Right.
Because people be like, "Ew, what the fuck is that?" Like, there's like a pickle
Yeah.
boost that just sounds like splattering, and it's really gross. And I'll use that boost, but I hear like really nice like ASMR-esque boosts. Like,
Yeah. I think it's cool because like you said, it's only on your side and it's not affecting like essentially not and not in regards to what you were just talking about. It doesn't affect the other players unless you're doing something annoying on purpose that people know about. But also like the only concern there is like outside of cosmetics, the only other concern would be like somebody using it for cheating or like truly affecting the integrity of the game itself.
yeah, like where like for an example, if it's an FPS game, I see where this wouldn't work because you always adjust it to like have the best iron sight or
dude,
like shit like that. Like I feel
That
like
would be
there's a
the
line.
squish screen in Fortnite.
Yeah, you're talking about stretch res, talking about
Yeah, the
Brandon's
stretch
eyeballs
res.
right now.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up to Sean. I was gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Sean, you know how I seen stretch res and you seen native? Must be nice."
On my side.
Brandon's like, I've been using stretch res forever. Out the womb was on stretch res,
Wait,
bro.
hold
Like,
up. Brandon just called Sean native?
let's dive
Oh,
into
I
that.
don't know
for a
about
minute.
native.
No, but I mean, like I said, I would like to see that more in games, but with Rocket League, there's no way to hack it because it's like all physics based on server side. So
Yeah.
that's why it's so unique. But I mean, as far as monetization goes, like I said, I don't know of it hurting the game at all. A lot of people use it, but a lot of people love buying items because they want to show off to everyone, like I said. But one game's monetization I did want to like segue into and talk about was Overwatch 2, which just dropped today as of us releasing this episode.
I can't wait. To play.
I guess yesterday when this episode releases, but it dropped. And they have a very, well, I think we talked about a little bit of controversial and interesting monetization option their stuff. If you guys want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so
Yeah. Well, I mean,
with no, go ahead.
I was just gonna give a quick explanation for anyone who doesn't know what they're doing. So they have their usual from Overwatch 1. Your character, you go into the characters, you choose your characters, you choose their weapons, skins, or whatever. You can go and use the in-game currency to buy it. And they added a battle pass now. If I remember correctly, there was never a battle pass in Overwatch 1. I know I quit playing at like the end of the last seasons, but I don't remember ever a battle pass coming up. But now on the Blizzard launcher, they have a button on the Overwatch page called Shop Overwatch, and if you click on it, it opens up a tab on the launcher itself for the Overwatch 2 shop. And this is what we're talking about.
You
And
can
in that
you can
shop-
open it in game too.
Okay,
So-
it is
Oh,
openable game. So,
I did not see it in game.
So
Yeah,
that's why
I'm looking at it right now.
Brandon, you had a question?
Yeah. So my question is the character unlocking still unlocked in the battle pass, or is the character unlocking a battle pass?
Okay,
So that's the thing is there's 3 new characters, okay? There's 3 new characters. And I don't know if you guys remember Fortnite or if you know about Fortnite, but Fortnite had like the bundles, like $20 bundle where you got like this character and that. They have the same thing except it's Overwatch where the characters actually have different abilities. It's a little bit like Siege's model, but worse to me. So in order to get the one character, you have to buy the battle pass, and then you can unlock them throughout the season, or you unlock them immediately.
I was about to say,
And then
we
on top
talked
of
about
that,
this before, like
on top of that, you can just buy the bundle and you get the character with their special skin. So it's almost like League of Legends. But the reason why I think this is way worse because League of Legends does the same shit. They literally have the same bundle. But why is it different? Because Overwatch is a 5v5 now. It used to be 6v6. Is a 5v5 hero shooter where you change characters mid-game. League has over 100 characters. You can't switch during the game.
well, also I think with the whole like we talked about before, we weren't sure if you needed to buy the battle pass or if it was going to be part of the free battle pass for the character. And it's in the game now where it's part of the premium to get the character. And
So,
from what I'm seeing, there's no in-game difference between this and League is in League you get the currency in your matches, right, and you can unlock the characters. From what I'm seeing right now, I haven't played the game yet, but there's no currency to unlock the character. You have to buy the premium battle pass or buy it in the store.
So there's no in-game according to what you see so far. There's no in-game way to do it. I would assume
gold.
I would assume that there's a way to unlock it without paying for it. I feel like that's like video game suicide to not
it's like
to
you can't
literally
go back on
paywall
the
a
model
character.
from Overwatch 1. Like I don't understand that.
I think it's acceptable in the way that games are now and like the precedent that's been set, and they're just pushing the boundary, which is why it's always dangerous when you have like games that start pushing paywall boundaries, because we get to where we are now. Like with Rainbow Six Siege, you can buy the character, but it takes you how long? Whereas like if we are at where Overwatch 2 is premium only, that's literally pay to win, because if the character is just better, you have to spend real money to buy them. That's just the definition at that point. So I have a major concern over that, because if this model works for them, then it tells other companies like EA, who are way more money hungry than they are, tells them, or like Ubisoft, that hey, you can just flat out make it $10 and they have to buy it. You know what I mean? In order for you to be competitive, you have to buy it. So I hate this model. I just hate the paywalling characters, period.
So
wow.
So my question is, what is the currency then that you're using to unlock heroes?
Wait, hold on. That's actually what I'm looking at.
Because
it is. It's two different currencies. So
yeah.
Because I just saw it in game. So you have the regular currency from Overwatch, which is like the gold that carried over, and you can buy your skins and stuff with that. And then there's also some skins that use a different. Oh, these are called. Oh, there's legacy credits, and now there's these new credits. Is what it is. These new credits is what's used to purchase the battle pass and purchase some skins, from what I'm seeing right now.
Or you can use Overwatch coins, which is the premium version, which you spend actual dollars on.
That is
so. Like when you go to the Overwatch shop, you use Overwatch coins to buy the battle pass or to buy that. So it does sound like there's a way to do it, but regardless, I hate the idea of paywalling in a hero shooter, because here's the thing: when you think of hero shooters, like there's not a lot of characters that can facilitate that role, like in that way. Or the way comps work in that. Whereas like in League of Legends, there's multiple characters who fit multiple different comps because there's a large array of characters and you're not swapping mid-game. But when you have to swap mid-game, I think this is terrible. This is like atrocious.
So League's been out exponentially longer than Overwatch.
Of course.
So its roster, obviously, especially with how fast they were pumping out characters for the longest, right? Like that makes sense that they have such diversity now that you're not forced to buy a certain character if you don't want to, right?
Of course.
Whereas Overwatch has a much smaller roster, so it makes that more punishing up front. My concern is, okay, so if they're releasing a hero, right, that's a part of a battle pass, like you said, the same problem of not being able to access that character immediately if you don't buy, is the fact that the battle pass itself is set for 62 days as of today, right? So are they going to be releasing a new hero every 62 days?
Well,
because if that's the case, if they're going to be pumping out a new hero every 2 months, right, which I can't see Blizzard doing, right, then it's not going to be as punishing in the long run, because everyone will eventually get up front. Yeah, you don't have the 3 new characters, right? But Kuriko is not even enabled for ranked play currently, and she's the only one you don't have if you don't own the battle pass, right? So you can't even play her in ranked. So I don't know if that's going to go away or if that was a bug issue, right? Or maybe she's disabled for the first couple of weeks in the season.
I see where you're coming from. It's like speculatory. Like we don't know, what the roadmap looks like for them moving forward, and if this is a consistent thing or if this is a launch thing. Is this right? I could see this being a demo, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that they have other characters on the roster that they can make and finish in 2 months. So it's like this could be a demo process for them to see, one, how this does from a monetization standpoint, and two, like community reception. How does the community see this? But yeah, I mean, as far as like roster size go, of course, League has like them fucking
like if she's disabled for like the first 2 weeks, and that's really like if you're just playing on average, the average person maybe 2-3 hours, right? And you're able to get enough currency in 2 weeks to unlock her, and then she's available for ranked play, right? Like I'm okay with that.
Well, we also have the question coming back from when we first were talking about Overwatch 2 before its release of now if people don't buy the battle pass, do they never get this character? Or like, what's the model after the fact?
Right. That's
are people going to spend money, and then later on, people that didn't spend money are going to be able to get the character? Like, what's that going to do to your community? Like, what's that reception going to be like?
Well, I'm assuming that like you get the character immediately if you buy the battle pass, but you'll always be able to unlock them on the roster. Like if they decided to this battle pass ends,
if they have their shop now, they can put it in the shop.
Like this battle pass ends, you just don't get the character. It's forever locked. You might as well just commit social suicide, bro. There's gonna be a way to do that.
I will gladly say they'll never do that. And hold on, because here's the thing: if they do that, they're just fucking they're just trying to die. Like nobody is trying to make money at that company. No one's trying to have a successful game. But if they're never going to do that because it just doesn't make any sense, right? Locking a character with new abilities, imagine how shitty that is. Oh, do you want to play Overwatch after 2 years after release?
You're locking gameplay.
Yeah, yeah. I know you didn't have access to Overwatch 2 years ago, so fuck you. You don't get this character. That would be crazy.
Sorry about your luck. Yeah, no. So I feel like
especially with how power creep and shit like that works in games.
If she's just disabled in ranked play and you get 2 weeks to try to farm up the currency to unlock her for free, I'm okay with that.
Well, I'm saying there's not a farmable currency. This is your wallet currency.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
There's 3 currencies total. There's credits, legacy credits, and coins. That's what we just established, right?
Yeah, there's got to be an in-game way to unlock her.
I believe there is, and I think we should assume there is because there hasn't been a game thus far that hasn't had that option. But like I said, I don't think it's okay if you have 2 weeks to unlock her. I don't think that's okay. I don't. Because what if I just happen to not play for 2 weeks and I come back and this character's locked behind a fucking paywall or some sort of premium currency? I don't like it when Apex does it. I don't like it when Siege does it. I don't even like it when League does it because at the end of the day, characters and gameplay should be accessible to you. Everything in a free game should be accessible to me. You know what I mean? Everything cosmetic based, I'm cool with paying for it. I don't care if I have to pay for cosmetics. That's my expectation of playing a free game, right? I don't expect to have a system for me to unlock skins. I expect me to have to swipe my credit card because the game is free. But I do expect for the game developer to allow me to play every bit of that game for free.
What are your thoughts on it, Brandon?
Honestly, I think it'll die if they continue with what they do. If you can't buy it, like if you have to buy it through the battle pass, I think it's already dumb. Especially like with what Jared said, with having to switch characters on Overwatch, and you don't have that accessible character.
You're playing ranked. You need to push something.
I can't.
And you need the junk.
I can't wait for all the broke comments mid match.
Oh, bro, you're about to get fucking roasted. You couldn't afford the $10 battle pass. Get a job, brokey.
Okay.
Get off the game.
So
Touch
this is how you unlock characters in Overwatch. There's challenges for heroes. So you do the challenges for the heroes, and then you unlock the character.
Is it akin to like Valorant or?
So what I was reading, I was just reading Polygon's article on it. There isn't any rank up thing. There's no in-game currency that you spend on it. It's literally you do the challenges under the hero tab in the game.
I see no challenges under that right now.
So yeah, there's none right now. What I'm saying is that for me, it's because do you have Junker Queen and everything?
No, actually. So what I do see though is under the weekly tab, you get 3 weekly quests, and so let's see. So right now she's in the battle pass. The battle pass costs what? So it's $10. 1,000 of these coins. So 1,000, you go to the challenges, you go to weekly. The weekly quest, there's 3 of them. One's for 30 coins, one's for 20, and one's for 10. So you get 60 within a week. And you need 1,000.
Don't worry, boys. Worry, boys. We'll get there eventually. Just give me 16 weeks. 16 weeks, I'll have the character.
Fucking time gates.
So hold on.
Shit.
So in this article though, what it's saying is it says in the challenge menu under the hero heading, you'll see 19 challenges waiting for you. However, the term challenge here is a bit of a misleading thing. You don't need to rank up to a certain level or get a team wipe with Pharaoh or anything. You just need to play games. Each locked hero has a number of games played associated with them, and once you hit that threshold, you'll unlock the hero. Because if you haven't played Overwatch 1 before, you only have 13 characters of the roster, right? So that's probably why we don't have any challenges underneath of the hero tab.
Because you've already played Overwatch,
because
so they
we've already played
it
Overwatch 1, right?
That's even a stupid system as well, though.
Wait. Because I never had to buy Overwatch 1 character, so what are you talking about?
Because it says each locked hero has a number of games played associated with them, and once you hit that threshold, you'll unlock the hero.
So to be clear, Chris, there's 2 different accounts. That's why it says account syncing when you log in. So it's like the thing of Overwatch 2 is a completely different game. If you never played Overwatch before, you don't have immediate access to all the characters. They want you to start with like the starter characters, which I would assume is like Reinhardt, Mercy, Soldier 76, right? The easy ass ones. Actually, I heard a little bit. Now that I think about this, I heard a little bit about this. Like one of the characters on there is Genji, so they put popular characters in that. But I'm like, dude, motherfucker's playing Genji on my team. He's brand new. They're gonna do dog shit. It's not gonna be fun because he's hard to play.
Well, also with that, just with that model in general, like, I don't know, like, I just see issues running into like if you don't have that many characters. Someone locks that in, and it's like you're locked to just playing that one character that you don't want to play. So but also with this, why do I not have challenges right now?
Because you already have the characters unlocked because you played the first Overwatch. So if you've already played Overwatch, you don't have to do challenges because you've played the game.
I'm saying I don't have her, and so in regards to these challenges, why do I not see challenges for her in that?
I think she's separate from the rest.
So here you go. This is the info for you that you're looking for. So Junker Queen and Sojourn, right, are unlocked by completing the tutorial for new players, right? Mm-hmm. And playing 5 online matches. They get those guys after that, bad. Right? Kuriko is tier 55 free tier in the battle pass.
That's not that bad. If it's free in the battle pass, then it's acceptable.
So Kiriko is free in the battle pass at tier 55.
Yeah, then I mean, take back what we were talking about. Then I honestly I saw that, I thought that was a skin for her because I saw at level 1 that you could buy her.
Yeah, like I said, as long
that makes sense then.
So you have 60 days to unlock her and get to tier 55 for free. So I'm cool with that if it's all free. There's all free ways, but like I said, as long as there's not a paywall, it's stupid. That's what I hated about.
You're not gating the gameplay.
Yeah,
so
that's what I hated about Siege and like even like Valorant. The only thing with Valorant is their time gates are so long. That's what I didn't like. But like
that's
with
the one issue with time gates.
Siege
right?
isn't
How
even
long are they?
Yeah, Siege isn't even a fucking time gate. It's just a currency fucking nightmare. You have to play 100 games to unlock one goddamn character. Like fuck me.
Now, just to give you an update on the rest of the roster, if you're a new player, the highest amount of games, bro, higher, 150 to unlock
Holy
Echo.
Shit. Damn.
Well, I mean,
she's the last one. She's the last one. But I mean, 150.
If you think about it, League has like games have had this model. How long does it take you to unlock a League cast if you're new to League?
Oh yeah, I mean, unlocking one character in League takes forever.
That's one part of League I never liked because like, I don't know, I don't like these obstacles being put in to make me play the game, which I understand why they're there for you to put time into the game, but like, if I enjoy the gameplay enough, I'm just gonna play the game. To be honest, and I
feel that.
That may not be an overall popular opinion, but I feel like that is actually true, and it's held true when you look at games that people enjoy. If they enjoy the game, they're gonna fucking play it.
It's as simple as if you rely on a bullshit system of chores to make people enjoy the game or play the game, your system will die when the chores die or when they get tired of the chores, right? Whereas if your gameplay is just good and your loops are good, people will just play that shit regardless. And Sean, what were you gonna say?
So I guess like when I'm looking at this, right, because you get Genji at 1 game played, you get D.Va at 2 games played, Cassidy at 3 games, 4 for Ana, Hanzo at 9, Junkrat at 12,
Bro, I was out here thinking who the
15.
fuck. I'm like, who is Cassidy? Because I thought that was their first name.
Cole Cassidy.
So I was like,
look, Cassidy by itself, it ain't good.
Trash.
That's why. You
trash.
Cole Cassidy, that's just hard.
Yeah, so
that's like Doc Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Like, same level.
Zenyatta to Bastion's 5 games, right? So you go to 30, and then from Bastion to Sigma, it's 10. It's every 10 games, right? And then it jumps to 25 games from there, right? The thing that I can almost relate this to, right, is the gun skins in Call of Duty back in the day, where you had to get so many headshots.
The fucking tiger, red tiger and shit like that.
Right, where you had to get so many headshots, you had to get so many kills, or whatever it was with the weapon to unlock.
But those are skins.
This is like.
Well, I mean, you had to do that with some of the guns. You needed certain level. You had to put
assault rifle level 40
levels. Yeah.
That's how they do it now.
Even make a class, you had to get like level 5.
Right. Like if I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like, I'm new to Overwatch, I don't know what any of these characters play like, right? It kind of gives me something to play and look forward to, of being like, I really want to play that character, so I'm grinding the game out.
I agree with that. Like it gives you a sense of like, ooh. There's like that. There's that dopamine hit where it's like, ooh, a new character, right? There's also like,
let me try that out.
There's also the look forward to something, right? I think that's a good point too. I think that just 150 games is a lot. Like,
I agree.
At that point, I think that there's a certain threshold where you're either gonna keep playing or you're not. Like, I feel like that's a lot of games.
Within 100 games, you're probably gonna figure that out.
That's what I'm saying. So like, but I'm like, damn, I really want to try Echo. Like, I really want to try it, but honestly, you know what I mean? Like, because I think there's been games before where I like, don't give it that big of a try until I find that character I really want to play. And then all of a sudden, a year later, I have played every single class and enjoyed it. But what hooked me on the game was that first initial one.
Right. And I could see that too, of like, you don't know that that's your favorite character for that role until... But, just from like an aspect of playing games and unlocking things, it could be a feel-good mechanic as well, where, you have some achievement there. You feel like you're progressing. You don't just have the battle pass progression where you're just getting cosmetics and shit.
It's a super fair opinion I didn't think about, to be honest with you. And I'll actually like that. But again, 150, too much.
Yeah.
So I understand that opinion and all that. And to be honest, I don't think devs are thinking like that.
Hold on. I would actually argue that they will, because I think that they definitely have to. Like, I think that's discrediting how much time goes into development, and like when those systems, it's like, what can we do to make them give a sense of achievement, a sense of purpose when you play? That's not just chores, because I think calling it just chores is like the jaded side of it, because
I'm definitely generalizing my statement, but I'm also just gonna stand.
I'm just hopeful that like not all developers, right, are just these like corporate fucking minions, right? Just being like, oh, we have to make money, the entire fucking time, right? I'd like to hope that like someone was thinking about that and being like, it would be fun to unlock new characters over time.
Definitely. It's just hard to nowadays. That's all I'm getting at.
I get that too. I'm just hopeful that there's still some good people out there.
I think that's a very bitter, jaded take. Like that's a bitter, jaded take for sure.
100% is.
That's a whiny bitch take, bro. Honestly, because I mean,
100%.
Because at the end of the day, if the game's not enjoyable, you're not going to play it. And I think that's a large side of those conversations. Is monetization a big part of that? Sure. And like getting reoccurring players and stuff like that, sure. But at the end of the day, there's also like teams that are probably dedicated, at least in some facet or way, that worry about the player experience. What does the player experience feel like? There's no sense of achievement. How do we add that? Yeah. Well, for new players, why don't we add this system? So I could totally see that being a thing. I would like to always hope that that's the thing. How real it is, we'll never fucking know.
Now here's the other point, right? So we've all played Overwatch.
Goggles on.
We've all played Overwatch, right? So we all have access to all the characters except for Kiriko, unless we bought the Battle Pass.
Wait, has Brandon played Overwatch?
Actually, I actually don't.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I played Overwatch.
So
like, did you play it a good amount or?
Back when it first came out in beta and after beta, I played it a lot.
So whether or not you played a lot or a little doesn't matter. You spent money to get the game, right? Where everybody else is starting in Overwatch 2, if you're a new player, you're getting that shit for free. I spent my $60 for my anniversary edition of Overwatch 1, right? So yeah, I get access to the entire roster because I paid money for the game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, hold on, I hear where you're coming from. Moot point if the developer goes out of left field and completely changes direction of the game and goes back on a promise that the game will always be free, or that the game you'll never have to buy this or buy that. So Jeff Kaplan, when the game came out, said that there'll never be an Overwatch 2.
Not part of the Overwatch team anymore, by the way.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, when a developer makes that promise, I think that's a fair point to bring up. But when they've made promises otherwise, I don't appreciate that thought. So I say, fuck that thought.
So all I'm saying is the fact that like people that are new to the game, that are coming into Overwatch new now and never played Overwatch 1,
I follow you.
Like they should have to unlock the fucking roster if they want to get that shit for free.
Do you know what you sound like though? This is a lot of the like, but I paid off my student loans. Why do other people get theirs?
Oh my god, no, not
the same thing.
Not like this.
Well, I paid mime. Why can't I get 10 grand?
Honestly, I just disagree. Like I said, you're just locking gameplay for like the time gating of it, which I can understand a small amount, but a large amount not. But also, usually with a model like this, there's like a free rotation.
That's true. That's a fair point.
Like, I'm surprised we don't see that. But from the sounds of it, with you only needing to play a couple games, that may be why.
Yeah, it's like we don't need a free rotation because they're so accessible for the most part.
Like they're gonna get it after 5 games.
You get 90% of the roster in the first 20 matches you play.
I wonder if that's also a system to combat Smurfs in a way. If I want to hop on a Smurf account and it's never played Overwatch, I have to play 150 games to unlock every character and do all these challenges. That's a very large inconvenience.
Right, that could be a lot.
I could definitely see it. I just don't see it as being that impactful.
Well, think about it too, because
I mean, you're just hacking in normal games then.
But if there's a hidden MMR,
wait, hold on. You said hacking? I said smurfing.
Or smurf.
I was like, wait, where are we going?
You're just smurfing in normal games. You know what I mean?
I mean, sure.
There's also a level requirement for ranked. I don't remember what the number is, but I'm assuming with that, having to unlock the roster and not being able to smurf, right? Like that, where you just make an account and go, it makes it so that it's also assessing your MMR at the same time in those matches played. Now, granted, you could sit there and throw
isn't
for
that
150
standard?
matches, right?
That's pretty standard though, right?
Yeah, but I think it helps the player experience when they go to ranked, they already have a higher hidden MMR, and the players aren't affected as heavily by smurfing, and the smurf isn't able to like hide because Smurfs normally, in my experience, Smurfs who play normals, they're clapping everyone. They're not really like they're just trying to get through the game and have like the most fun they can while they're grinding mindlessly. So they have to
whatever their intention is what they're doing.
Yeah, so they have to like clap everyone because it's boring to just sit there. Or they just AFK. It's one of the two. But I think that it will combat Smurfs because one of the biggest things is just putting hurdles in front of them. How do you combat smurfing? Yeah. Just add as many hurdles as we fucking can.
Add more walls.
And I think that these walls do help that a little bit. I don't know how much that was a factor into this, but I could see where...
That was a good thought, though.
I want a Smurf account. I have to do 150 normal games. That's a lot of time. And what's the average Overwatch game? You know what I mean? That's a lot.
What if they just... But their main is the character that's like they start with anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have that, sure.
Like I said, I get your point. I'm not contesting that. Like it makes sense adding multiple.
I am curious though if you can buy your way out of that challenge thing. Like, a welcome pack because it's just monetization for them.
I feel like that
$40 get the characters. You know what I mean?
That's pretty normal as well.
I would be concerned if that's a thing. I mean, there wasn't a welcome bundle, but I think it was just skins for Overwatch 2. It wasn't anything that was
as I'm going through the stuff in here, I don't see anything that gives you a character. It's only skins or currency, or gun charms or whatever the fuck.
And if that holds true, then that's awesome.
Yeah, I think any bit of like combating smurfing and shit like that, or just making it harder for hackers to get on free accounts and jump into a game, they have to do all this shit. Like at the end of the day, sure, can someone play with just fucking Soldier 76, Mercy, and Reinhardt? Sure, but what happens when those characters are picked? What happens when they're not on comfort picks and all that, and like they don't have a roster to play with? I think that impacts them, where it's not going to be as fun for the Smurf, and they won't want to play on the account. Like I said, just more hurdles to give them, I think, is a good thing. But at the end of the day, it's not like Overwatch conquered fucking Smurfing. It's just more like I like that there's a little bit of hurdles in that regard. Like that's a good thing to me.
What about the prices for some of these bundles in the Overwatch store? Because I have an opinion on it.
These look like normal.
They look normal to me. They actually remind me. They're very reminiscent of Fortnite. Like when I saw those,
exactly what I was about to say.
They had the Fortnite. So for an example, they have one right now in the shop. It's Doomfist. It's $4.99. You get 500 Apex, 500 Overwatch coins.
Boys been playing way too much Apex.
Which is the same amount you'd get for spending $5 anyway. So you already get that, and you get a skin. So it incentivizes you to spend $5. And it's a dope skin.
Marketing strat.
On top of that, they have a $40 bundle, which you get multiple skins, which I've seen in Fortnite as well. And then you have a $20 bundle, which is like a character, like a set, And that one, $20, exactly what Fortnite was. So I see a lot of Fortnite.
What was your take, Sean?
So the $40 bundle gives you skins.
5 skins?
No. So it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 skins, 2,000 Overwatch coins, and the battle pass.
So I might spend $40 today, guys.
They are... Honestly, Blizzard, keep it up because these are fucking good skins too. Some of them are from the first Overwatch.
Let's reel it back for a moment. Let's talk about this because we're talking about the skin bundles and what we think of them. But I think an important side of this is the fact that what were skins like before? They were loot boxes. They were a gambling system no different than CSGO. I think this is a great improvement because I can tell you right now, I spent way more money on fucking like Fortnite than I did any other game. Because if I just wanted this skin, I just go fucking buy it. But I hate buying loot boxes because I don't gamble now. We all 4 of us live in Las Vegas, but none of us go out and gamble to the casino because gambling fucking sucks. You know what else it sucks in a fucking game?
Look, I'm on the side of that, but I am the person in Overwatch 1.
Oh my god, bro.
My first 3 paychecks, I put $100 on mine and Jared's account for loot boxes.
Yeah, this is when I was like still in high school. I didn't have a job, and it would be like I think we spent you spent like $600.
But loot boxes are trash.
They're trash.
So what's nice about this is like I'm looking at like the Junker Queen legendary offer, right? Which is the like green skin for her. It comes with a voice line, a spray, an emote, and the skin, right? And it's $20. It's 2,000 coins, right? Now, we said that you can earn what? It was 60 weekly out of the weekly challenges, right? So obviously it's going to take you a hot minute.
It's going to take you half a year, bro. It's like 32 weeks.
It's going to take you a hot minute.
But it is going to take you 32. It's actually closer to about 34. But it's going to take you that long, not including if they have daily challenges. That was just the weekly example that we gave. And we don't know how much those points vary. So it's going to take you multiple weeks. It's going to take you a while. And even then, you have to be like very precarious with what you do, because I feel like it's just better to buy the battle pass.
You also have to just play the game. Like, if that's the case, you gotta put time into the game to do
one thing with that that I like is the other side of this is by having this style of monetization. If you notice, there's also a timer on the shop. Last time I looked at it, it was about 6 days, which means that there's enough items for them to rotate, and they constantly have to do more art. That means it's just a win for us as the consumer in my eyes. Like, it's a win-win. The developer gets to put out more skins and like have the art team go crazy, right? And we get to have more skins that we enjoy, because one of the worst things in free-to-play games that have monetization is when they have dog shit skins or they have 4 skins, like foreskin, lol. But
or you respawn and you just have bad rotation.
Yeah, you just always have like dog shit skins. But like, I think back to Fortnite again. There is so many good. I think I spent like, I don't even know how much I spent, but it had to be more than 500. Like, probably under 1,000 or maybe around 1,000. Because I loved so many skins, and I had no issue buying them, and I don't even regret it to this day, because I was like, I want that skin, I bought it. I bought it.
So the nice thing, in my opinion, about this is being able to just like we talked about, buy the skin that you want when it's in the shop, right? Now, granted, you can go to the character page like normal if you have
and
premium
spend the extra currency
and just buy it that way outright. But when I was sitting there thinking about it, right, because I was dropping like, $50 at a time on 50 loot boxes, right?
We were there,
and you would have to get up to, when events came out, Halloween, Christmas, All-Stars, all that shit, you would have to get up to 2,000 coins, currency, just from opening loot boxes, getting duplicates, just to be able to pick the skin that you fucking wanted.
Mm-hmm.
This is so much better.
But I will say, what I will say though, is that the one thing that was beneficial about the previous system is that every week they had weekly challenges where you could get up to 3 loot boxes towards, not at the start of the game, but towards the middle to the end. They had that system. On top of that, every time you leveled, you got a loot box. So there was maybe more ways to get free loot boxes, but it's literally just free gambling, and it's a way to try to entice you to buy them. I would much rather be less enticed to buy loot boxes and just buy whatever the fuck I want. I want this skin, take my $20. Instead of, I have to debate, do I want to fucking gamble? They always have events. I'm going to wait till the event so I don't spend, you know what I mean? So I think that this is a win-win, because it's just better for the consumer, and I think it's more reliable money for the developer, and it's not predatory in any way, and it also works for any region. There's tons of European countries right now who have been banning gambling of any kind, and loot boxes are a form of gambling. So I think this is a win-win across the board.
America,
because
please.
One whole system. We could talk all about gambling on stuff, but I think that's for another time.
I'm just saying America in video games.
One clean, uniform system that works across Europe, America, anywhere where gambling might be banned. I think that's a good thing. So I'm actually really excited about that.
It's no heirloom in Apex, at least.
Bro, dude,
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
No, it's not even just the heirloom system. 500 boxes before you get an heirloom. Guaranteed 500.
Jesus.
I've done it 4 times. On average, it's at 430. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, so Sean has spent $2,000 on Apex. Because on top of that, they also have the dog shit system of the like heirloom skins, Sean, you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's like the Bloodhound skins. Oh my god.
So,
yes, I remember looking at that.
Okay, so the mythic skins, I will agree with you that they are stupid, but I absolutely love them.
Okay, but here's the problem. It's like
they are dumb, and I can't see my character other than on the loading screen.
No.
I
It's
understand.
because every other skin in the fucking game is trash. So they put out
They
one
literally
skin
do
that
it on
has
purpose.
yeah,
Right.
they have one skin that has a fucking animation, and you think it's the coolest thing since sliced fucking bread because everything else is garbage.
Well, that's because
It's-
Respawn has the worst takes on rarity skins because it's like
yeah,
you have your default, right? Which are the white default,
It's-
and you
it's-
got the
it's
blues,
blank.
which is just a color swap.
no. The default
Or a
is
stupid pattern.
The like gray is like it starts out where it's the default. Then it has the pattern, and then when you go to blue, it has two patterns or two colors.
Yeah.
And then you go to purple, and then it has
Epic,
one thing
it's like-
moving.
yeah,
It
the
has-
moving pattern, and then legendary. It's a new outfit, but no animations. It's just a new outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
so
What
it's
is this?
almost like that. That's why I don't like the mythic skins in the Apex, because it's almost like they purposely do that shit so you're more inclined to buy it because everything else is trash. So
Right.
dog shit.
So
Overwatch 2,
the mythic
I kinda
skins
like
the mythic skins are getting reworked in Apex so that they have
They
more
just
value
came
to
out.
them.
They just came out.
No, I know. The Bloodhound one and Bangalore one are both getting reworked and having more
Dude,
stuff
they're-
added to them.
This shit is so new and so bad. They're already reworking it. It's
Right,
only been
they're
like 2
reworking
months.
it.
I think that's introduced. Is blah 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 blah. That's interesting to talk about because like with League of Legends before
Oh god.
before
don't do
Ezreal's
it.
rework, I loved the fucking Pulse Fire skin. I
Yeah.
bought that shit for Jared and I when it first dropped.
Yeah.
And fucking what's it called? The update looks like complete dog shit. I want my fucking money back.
I'm with you on that. It was one of my
Like
favorite
so
skins.
so how do you guys feel when they do the reskins for a skin that you bought?
So I know that they like in Apex's terms, right? They're actually adding stuff to like heirloom weapons and stuff too. There's going to be more
give a
animations,
fuck about
more
the heirlooms.
effects, stuff like that, where you can customize like the colors of the heirlooms and things. They've been talking about that for a while. And then the mythic skins, like I said, they're adding more value to those. So I'm
You don't have to
interested
pay
see what they
for
do.
the update?
No.
Like for the skin
No.
colors and all that?
So
That's
everybody
cool.
who already has them, it's retroactive. So I'm actually like cool with that. But like League when they updated the Pulse Fire skin, dude.
I mean, well,
it like I get it. Like it looks fine to me. It's just
Why did the colors change so heavily? Like,
Yeah,
because
I mean, here's
the
the thing,
original
though.
Pulse Fire skin like shined with the white and blue, right?
yeah.
And now there's so much brown accent on it, it's almost the main color of the skin.
Yeah, the
Well,
like leather suit.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it because it's a subjective change, and they had to update it because the model was old, it was
Yeah.
outdated, and they can't have like League's a spectator sport at this point. It's global, it's a spectator
Yeah.
global sport. And it's like you can't have one shitty skin in your game, or you can't have two. Like, if you're gonna rework a character because they need a graphic update, you got to do it. It's a subjective change. We subjectively don't like it. I'm sure there's people out there who are like, bro, this skin is better now, and I want to fight them. But I disagree. So that's that.
I mean, what? I want to know everyone's takes. Like, when that happens, like, when you're looking at that, and for the consumer, like, do you think of anything to do for that consumer, or is just they have to hold that L?
I mean, here's the thing. You could make a system where they could refund the riot points. That way they don't get their credit card back because it's so long ago you wouldn't reinstate money. But like, hey, here, take the equivalent and buy whatever you want. Because
I thought they did something like that.
not
Did-
that
I
I'm
thought
aware
Riot.
of.
I thought Riot did something like
I
that
didn't-
where they changed.
I missed out on that then.
They changed some. It was either a legend or something like that, or a hero. And if you didn't, it was like you could get a refund off of what it used to be because the character's entire kit changed. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if it was Mundo or if it was someone else, but they gave
Volley
refunds
Bear?
to people. Might have been Volley.
But
Maybe it was
I've
Volley.
never heard of that.
No,
I haven't
Volley.
heard
They gave the skin. You
They
got an
gave the
additional skin for
skin.
owning Volley Bear prior. I don't know. I felt there was some game that did that where they offered a refund in the first like week.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the whole idea behind it, though?
I think that's fair. I don't see like it doesn't have to be a full refund. Like you're not going to debit my card back, right? Because
Yeah,
like
right.
you played Pulsefire Ezreal for how long before they updated the fucking skin, right? Like you got your money's worth out of the skin, so I'll give you something if you want to exchange it. I think that that's fair. If you'd like to exchange it for a different skin, that would make sense.
I mean, I
What do
think
you
it's
think,
one of those
Brandon?
things that, oh, go ahead, Brandon.
I want to hear
What?
Brandon's thoughts on it.
About the league changes? with the skin.
Whenever a developer, like, you buy a skin in their game, or you buy any cosmetic, and they update the cosmetic so drastically that it essentially is a new skin, like it's a new skin.
Like Udyr.
Sure. Well, I mean, no,
sure.
Udyr was a complete rework, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but they had to
he's also
rework all the skins.
He also got a visual update on all the skins.
My bad. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, like
including someone who Udyr has a Spirit Guard Udyr skin, which is the equivalent skin, like a legendary or whatever. So I think it's a good example, Brandon.
I don't know. I'm indifferent about it because I'm just like, it's reworked, it's a new skin, but going back to the Pulsefire Ezreal thing, I wish they did keep like the white and blue rather than changing it to a little bit more brown tint. But to me, I'm just like, whatever about it.
You don't have any real feelings about like,
no,
if that's...
it's not that deep to me.
I feel like the right thing to do as a developer would be to offer it if people want it. Now, mind you, it would have to refund the skin, so it gets rid of the skin, you get the currency back for whatever the skin would have costed. Or you get like $20 back, whatever. So it's almost like you're more incentivized to keep it, whatever. But I feel like at the same time, like, you don't have rights to a skin. You bought a skin, whatever the skin is what the developer says. You don't have like rights to it like that. In terms of you have usage rights and whatever the developer says, that skin is what it is. So there's like no footing
you have usage,
on.
not creative rights.
Exactly. So it's like if they decide to change, like if I get upset that instead of Mundo throwing a briefcase, he throws a fucking phone or something, I don't fucking know. I have no say over that. I still bought the skin. Like I'm still subject to whatever changes the developer wants to make. And I think purchasing digital assets or digital things like that, you're prone to that regardless. Do I think it's fair? No. I think that if something's drastically changed like that, then you should be able to do that. But then I also question what constitutes a drastic change. You know what I'm saying? In the developer's eyes, a color switch or a hue shift on a skin may not be big, but to the community it might be. So I think it's like a weird line to walk, and I think one of the best ways to walk it is to ignore it. So I give Riot a thumbs up because who cares?
No, if they did this with Valorant, I'd be complaining.
Yo, honestly, I was literally, because Brandon said he didn't care about this, right? And he was using those two skins. I was like,
oh wait.
So Brandon, if they change the Jinx gun in Valorant,
no, Brandon, what's your favorite? What's your favorite skin in Valorant? Period.
Prime Vandal, 100%.
Prime Vandal. All right. So imagine they rework Prime Vandal. They make it super dark. It just looks like shit.
It's black and gold now.
how would you feel? Yeah, how would
wait, I don't think I'm the right one, right? It's white, purple, and gold. That's the one that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The base.
So at that point, you think it's fair for the developer to offer a refund, not of dollars, but of like in-game currency? Or do you think it should be dollars?
What would you feel would be proper to remedy the situation for you? Or like, acceptable remedy at least.
Give me a chance to go back. Just give me the gun skin back.
Wait,
you got two different variations.
No. Give me a chance to go back, but only on my client side.
Yeah.
But I think that I mean, one of the things though is that like it's just there's no way to like realistically keep it, and like they make those decisions.
Yeah,
I could totally see them offering it like, hey, we'll give you half the Riot points back. You used the skin for 4 years. All right, why are you bitching? You know what I mean? So
because everyone knows the cosmetics give you fucking powers and stats. Because when you look good, you play good. All right, it matters and it impacts the game.
Do you remember that the Pulsefire skin had a slower Q animation?
Mm-hmm.
It was actually you nerfing yourself by buying the skin. You had no advantage. You were actually at disadvantage
I had
playing in
stats
that skin.
When I had, I don't know what you're talking about. I was number one Ezreal with that skin on.
I'm just saying, per the data.
I mean, here's the thing. I'll take it because the skin just looks so good. You don't care.
Right? That was kind of the whole reasoning. Right? It was
but kind of like what Chris said. Like it's one of those things of you look good, you
feel
play
good, play good.
I mean, I think this is a good place to end it though. But I'll say there's a quote from a football player. His name's Pat McAfee. He says, "Look good, play good, pay good, pay good, live good, die good." So you know what? I'm there. I'm like, just give me the cosmetic. I want to feel better.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, like I'm.
In the wise words of Marshawn Lynch, solid.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's Brandon this episode.
Solid.
But no. With that being said, let us know what you guys think down below. If you have any comments about any monetization things we talked about, Overwatch to just any online game you're playing, anything you're playing like that, free to play games, anything. Let us know what you think. I don't know if we're gonna have any socials for you down below, Sean. If you have like your Twitch stream or whatever, we can link that down below.
Yeah, Twitter and Twitch.
You can just tell us what your name is on all socials.
Well, we'll have it linked down below, but it's just Gregginitup, right?
Yeah, it's just Gregginitup.
Yeah, and you know,
Sean, you're Gregginitup.
I'm Gregginitup.
You can find Brandon over at Drunken Korean, Gooey or Chris over at Mixed Beast, and myself over at Calzoo.
Hey, that's the first Gooey on the podcast.
Gooey on the podcast. They'll get put on it sometime, Gooey and Booyah. But thank you for checking into episode 5. We appreciate y'all. Share it with your friends. Follow us on Twitter, all that type of shit. But we'll see y'all next week.
Appreciate you guys.